welcome to my full review of the Lenovo K3 Note. So on the spec sheet alone, the Lenovo K3 Note is an incredibly appealing device. It comes in at the very entry-level point of the Android market, at the sort of similar price level to something like the Moto G, just above the Moto E, and it's coming with an octa-core 1.7 GHz Cortex A53 CPU, a next-gen GPU, 2 GB of RAM, and a 1080p 5.5-inch IPS display. To start with, I love the design. I mean, the back is a beautiful matte finish. It's got a kind of almost pearlescent sort of sheen to it. It's very, very nice to look at, and you can only really see it in person. The actual ports are exactly as you would expect. A little bit weird that the micro USB is right on top, but you get used to that very easily. It doesn't really take anything away. It doesn't really add anything. Now, this thing actually surprisingly also has a removable back, even though it initially gives the impression that it doesn't. Lenovo has managed to create a body that feels like it's a unibody, but actually has the benefits of a removable back. We have a 5-megapixel front camera and a 13-megapixel rear, both of which promise seriously high-end performance. We also have a two-tone dual flash. So far, really impressive. The device is fairly thin, not exactly coming in at the sort of extreme end of the market, but it's slimmer than average and it feels very comfortable in the hand. The phone is slightly curved at the back, and so a bit like the LG G3, it just kind of slips into your palm. The packaging was great. I was impressed. It comes with a screen protector, a case, a plug, and an adapter. Pretty nice. Combination of the modern refined design, large screen size and high screen to bezel ratio make this look and feel like a flagship. So now, let's talk about the features of the K3 Note. Upon turning on the device, you're going to be greeted by a gorgeous 1080p IPS panel, and it is beautiful. The colors are rich, the saturation is high, it's extremely sharp, and I have to say this is one of the best mobile displays I've ever seen. It's not 2K, but honestly, I appreciate that. I actually think that's going to benefit the device, it's not going to slow performance, and it's going to keep battery life on point. Dominating the front of the phone, the screen is a real highlight here. It's absolutely gorgeous. Now the camera, I was extremely impressed by. Being 13 megapixels, it kind of sits in the middle of the boat of today's flagships, and it captures glorious details. I mean, this is literally, zooming in all the way, no flash used, in sort of middle lighting, you're capturing Slr Quality Photos. There's also an HDR mode, which also works fantastically well. It takes very little time to process, although a little bit more than the standard shot, but you're getting huge amounts of detail and colour in here. So as you can see, in dark environments, the flash is actually very bright and brings out the true colour of the object you're trying to capture. However, it does sometimes overexpose and maybe washes out the background. But in low light, even without the flash, you'd be surprised with the detail you can capture. It really is something to behold. The camera is really good on this device. Now, the speakers. Plenty of detail, having a decent amount of bass. These are about 90% as loud as my Vivo X Shot speakers, and that is a phone with a specialist in hi-fi, so this is also pretty nice.